Hello and welcome. This is Varun, Technical Advisor, Design and Prototyping and Educational Consultant for tutormash.com. In this session, we will be discussing about advanced editing tools in AutoCAD. Array is one among the important tools which we use in AutoCAD. It helps you to copy and align the object in respective pattern. Basically, there are three types of array. They are rectangular, polar, and path. The rectangular array means it will align the object in a rectangular pattern. The polar array means it will arrange the object in a circular pattern. And the last one, that is the path array, will align the object with respect to the path given. Now let's see these options in the software. Consider this as my drawing. I want to copy this object as a cubicle of my plan. To do so, we can obviously use the copy command, but there is much more faster way to align the object in a particular pattern, that is the array command. So let's see how the array command is done here. So the command for array is AR and press enter. So now the AutoCAD is asking to select the objects. I will select the entire object which I want to do the array and press enter. Now again AutoCAD is asking to select which type of array I want to do. So there are three types of array as we have discussed. This time let us do the rectangular type of array. I will type R and press enter. So now you can see the object has been aligned in a rectangular pattern. The parameters to adjust the rectangular array are given in the ribbon palette here. So let's discuss them each. Columns means how many numbers of columns you need. There are 4. You can increase to some other values, say 5 or 8, and press enter. So now you can see your number of columns has been increased to 8. Similarly, you can increase the number of rows. It is 3 now. I will increase to 7 and I will press enter. So the 7 numbers of rows have been inserted. There is an option called between value. The between value means it's the distance from the center to the center of the next object. Don't misunderstand that it is the gap distance. That is the distance from this endpoint to this endpoint. The total distance means it is the distance from the center point of the initial object to the last object, like this. Similarly, the between option under the row will specify the between distance in the row angle, like this. So it will be the center to the center distance of the object. And same, the total option is also available here. The total means the total distance from the center of the initial object to the center of the last object in the row. There is another option like levels. We will be discussing about these options in the upcoming videos. The next option is associative. Associative option is very important in array. You must understand associative very clearly. When you make the associative option on, it will help you to carry the array properties in the drawing. Whereas when the associative property is off, the array property will be lost as soon as you close the array. Let us do both here. First, let me close the array with the associative property on, like this. Now you can see the associative property is on and your array is complete. The difference is that when you go and click any of the object in between, it will be selected together and the array property will be shown again. Eventually, it will help you to adjust the array spacing like this or the array spacing like this. So you can adjust the array even after you have exited from the array if your associative property is on. Now let's see what happens if the associative property is off. As you can see, the associative property is off and I will close the array. Now that the associative property is off, you can control each object separately. That means after the array command, you can go and select this object alone and you can delete it. You can select this object alone and you can delete it. Or you can use the move command selecting the object alone and do the command like this. So all this editing is possible when the associative property is off, but you cannot get the array properties again back. That means after exiting from the array, thinking to increase the space distance or the gap distance is not possible as the array property is lost. Now let's move on to the next type of array. Consider this is a dining table with a chair aligned in one side. My requirement is that I want to align this chair in a circular pattern about this table. To do so, we can use the array command again, that is AR and press enter. This time I will select my object as this chair alone and press enter. It is asking again which type of array we want to use. This time we will be using polar array and type PO and press enter. Now the software is asking to specify the center point of the array. As we have to align the chair above the table, we have to select the center point as the center point of the table itself. So I will select the center like this and your array will be placed. Here also you have the same parameters. There is an item numbers. You can increase the item numbers to adjust the number of objects. So I will increase the item numbers from 6 to 10 like this and press enter. So 10 numbers of object will be aligned above the circle. And the same associative property is also available here. If you want, you can make it on or off and close the array. So like that, you can use circular array in different drawings. Now consider this as a drawing. I want to align this object in a linear pattern, that means along a line. So for that, we can again use array command, AR, and press enter. Here you can select the entire object which you want to array, and I will press enter. It's again asking for which type of array we want to do. This time we will select for path array, that is PA, and press enter. Now it's asking to select the path curve. We can select this line as the path curve. So now you can see the object has been aligned in a path. So if you want to adjust the item numbers, you can go and click on this option and you can type the value. Let me type 5 and press enter. So 5 numbers of object has been aligned. If you want to adjust the between distance, you can change the value from this value to some other values like 50 and press enter. So it will be changed to 50. So like that, you can increase or decrease the values according to the need. So array is very useful to increase the productivity and the output of the drawing. It will help you to reduce the time and work faster. Break and join. Break and join are two essential commands which were used from the old times in AutoCAD. Break is used to create a gap in an object. As you can see here, it's a rectangle. So if you want to create a gap, you can use a break command. Whereas join is used to join two objects to become a single entity. It can be a curve or a line or number of lines also. It can be also used to combine three-dimensional objects too. Now let's see these options in the software. Consider this as a rectangle. If you want to break this rectangle at some point here, you can type BR and press enter. It is asking to select the object. One thing you must remember in break that whenever you go and select the object in any point, it will take that point as the initial point of breaking. So you must be careful in selecting the object. So that means let me select the object here like this. So it has already taken the initial point and it is asking to specify the next point, that is the second break point. So let me specify the second break point somewhere here like this, and you can see the object has been braked. Now let me type the break command again, that is BR, and press enter. I will select the object here and unknowingly I have selected the wrong initial point. So now if you want to change the initial point, you can go to the inner command, that is the first point. So I will type F and press enter and select the first point again manually. I will select the first point here and I will select the second point somewhere here. So it will be break there. So like this, you can use the break command wherever you need. There is one more command called break at a point. That means you can break the object at a single point. To access the break at a point option, you can come to the ribbon palette. In the modify tab, you can click on the modify drop down and you can find the option called break at a point. With the help of this command, you can select the object which you want to break at a point and you can show the point where you want to break it like this. So that means your object has been broken into two portions, that is 1 and 2. The next command that we have to learn is join. Consider I have a line like this. I will draw another line starting from the same level like this. Now if you want to join these two lines, logically what you can do is you can draw another line starting from this endpoint to this endpoint like this. So it becomes a single line, but it is absolutely wrong. It is not a single line. It is three different lines. You can see here, this is one line, this is another line, this is another line. So that means it's not a single line. So if you want it as a single line, you can use the command called join, that is J, and press enter. You can select the two lines like this and press enter. It will be joined to become a single line like this. Now, if you have the combinations of line like this, too much of lines are available in your drawing, but when you go and select, it is a single line like this. Now, my requirement is that I want this line all to be selected together. Or we can say that I want this line to be converted to a polyline. So we can use the join command here, that is J, and press enter. I will select the entire object like this and press enter. So now you can see 7 objects converted to one polyline, that is, it becomes a join. So it will be a single line like this. So like that, you can use join command in various ways in your drawing. So that's the end of this session, and we hope you understood well. Keep posting your queries and feedback, and for more videos, log on to www.tutormash.com. Thank you.